What up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for the Real Housewives of Dubai. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you guys. Season 12, episode 13, and the episode is titled Rosé Colored Glasses, you guys. So, before we go ahead and just get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys are not subscribed to the channel, I'm going to need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know you can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on your post notifications and sharing the video. And with that, you guys, without further ado, let's discuss Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, shall we? All right, you guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This episode was kind of fillerish because it wasn't a lot that happened because a few of the girls had COVID or came in contact with COVID. Kyle had COVID. Kathy came in contact with COVID. So we didn't see Kyle and Kathy in this episode. I think Diana had COVID as well, so we didn't see Diana in this episode. So we really only saw Dorit, Renna, Sutton, Garcelle, Cherie, and Erica. So those were the only people that we really saw in this episode. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to start up with, I'm going to pause here and I'm going to move forward. So the first person we start up with is Sutton. And you guys, in Sutton's scene, she didn't have much. So we did see her at one point. We talk about Kyle's dogs, how wild Kyle's dogs are. Shit, Sutton got a wild dog too. That dog was tearing up her backyard, baby. And I want me a dog. And I want me a dog when I build my house. But I'd be damned if my dog was gonna tear up my backyard, because baby, the minute my dog tears up my backyard, I'm like, you know what? One of us gotta go. And this is my house, so I'm not going, but you gotta go ahead and skedaddle, because if you tear up my backyard, baby, we ain't having it. So her kids are back home from the holidays. They were talking about school. It wasn't much for me to talk about. So yeah. So then we later see her as she's having lunch with Renna, right? So Renna in this episode is going to be having a wine tasting party, right? So Renna has I know she had a rosé, and I think she said a Cabernet. I could be wrong. Chardonnay. So she has a Chardonnay. Y'all buying anything from Renna? And I'm a fan of Renna, but are y'all buying anything from Renna? Because I ain't buying nothing from Renna. I wouldn't buy Renna Beauty. I wouldn't buy Renna Wine. I wouldn't buy Renna Chardonnay. I wouldn't buy anything from Renna. Let me know. So Renna says that, people think that she's a bitch. You are a bitch, Renna. Look, let's be real. And even your tagline says, "Hi, my name is Karma, and yes, I am a bitch." So yeah, Renna, you're a bitch. You are a bitch, Renna. And these are your words. So don't nobody be like, you're calling her a bitch. That's a woman. Renna calls herself a bitch. So JB is just uttering what Renna says about herself. So Renna then tells Sutton, you guys know, remember, the issue with Renna and Sutton earlier this season was the fact that Sutton had went on Watch What Happens Live and was talking about that charity party for Elton John, that she bought the table for Harry and for Renna. But Renna says she didn't, because Renna says that she and Harry go to the charity every year. I really don't care. Those are the rich women problems that I don't have. Those are rich women problems. I ain't rich. I don't give a damn. But Renna says that Sutton shouldn't have done it. Girl, what? She was being like, Renna is taking it so seriously, but Sutton was being a good friend to Garcelle. You and Garcelle had an issue. You said something about Garcelle not thanking you for Harry's sauce. She went on Watch What Happens Live and says, well, Renna doesn't want to, Renna says that, that Garcelle didn't thank her for Harry's sauce. Well, she didn't thank me because I went and, I got a table for her and Harry at Elton John's charity event, but she didn't thank me. So, well, there we go. So it was like, turnabout is fair play, Renna. So what you so mad about, Renna? What you mad about, Renna? Huh? But okay. Renna can dish it, but she sure the fuck can't take it sometimes. But she says to Sutton, I just like torturing you, Sutton, because I know you can handle it. You know what, Renna? I'm gonna move on. So next up, you guys, let's talk about Garcelle. So Garcelle, she's having lunch with dinner with Dorit. You know what? Like Misha said in her review about Garcelle, if Garcelle doesn't care, then baby, how can I care? I can't care more for Garcelle than Garcelle cares for herself, because Garcelle is going to dinner with Dorit. I promise you, I would not be sitting down with Dorit, especially the way that Dorit yelled at Garcelle at the reunion. And that's my issue with Garcelle. Like, Garcelle, we yes, I slapped myself. It wasn't hard. I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna keep doing this. We defend you, Garcelle. They come after you. This defend you. This, he, in this skin color, done. If you want to be cool with these ladies, that's fine. If you want to deal with the bullshit that they bring to you, that's fine. Because you were supposed to call Erica out on talking to your son any kind of way, you didn't do it. So if you don't give a damn, Garcelle, I don't give a damn. So Garcelle brings up, she's getting ready to do the audio portion of her book, and then she asks Dorit about PK's DUI. Now, Dorit says that it's alleged, but you just talked about it in last week's episode. So how is it alleged? So, and like I said in last week's review, if you guys noticed in last week's review, I did say it, that those reports said differently. One report said he went to the station, he was booked. One report says he was driven home. So I don't know what's what, and I honestly, God, don't care. But she says he was so scared. Girl, I don't care. So then they talk about her, they talk about Erica and how Erica's drinking. How Erica's not supposed to be mixing her liquor with her medication. How she fell and she passed out, passed out drunk. Okay, girl, I really don't care. So then, Garcelle also told Dorit how Erica says that Sutton is a liability. Girl, the true liability is ooh. A-E-I-O. Ooh. You are the walking liability. But hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So I'm going to pause here, you guys, and I'm going to move forward. All right, you guys. So next up, let's talk about Erica. Let's get Erica out the way. Erica is so confusing to me, you guys. So she's talking to her team about pretty mess hair, and I still want to know, how is Erica paying Mikey? How is Erica paying anybody on that team when Erica is saying that she didn't have enough money to pay her bills? So where is Erica miraculously getting this money from? Girl, you're still getting money from Tom. Allegedly, you're still getting money from Tom, You're still getting money from Tom. That's all I got to say. Because I don't know who is buying pretty mess hair. So then let's talk about Erica dating. So Erica is talking about the fact that Mauricio has somebody that might potentially be interested in Erica. After what you saw last season, you still interested in Erica? You got a character flaw. Now, I'm not saying that Erica is guilty of anything. That's for the courts to decide, right? That ain't for me to decide. But what I do say is, Erica is not a good person just based off of last season and this season. This season, she's saying that the victims are lying. Last season, she didn't address the victims. She made herself a victim. And you're interested in dating that. Okay. No. So then Eric is talking about how she's having a lot of sex. She's getting a lot of dick. It was just weird to hear her talking about dick. She said dick so much, I was like, damn. I never want to hear the word dick again in my life. So she said that she texted one guy thanking him for the good dick, but she texted the wrong guy and he was trying to give her some dick. I was like, girl, if you say dick one more time. Hearing Erica say dick Oh God, I was about to say because Erica just doesn't give me the type that she says dick. She gives me the type that she says the other word that I just refuse to utter. If, if. But yeah, so people are out there dicking Erica down. I actually don't believe Erica's getting any dick. I believe that Erica is just putting on a front. So then she says one guy told her she should be a dominatrix, and she's considering it. Okay, you guys care? Yes. No, not really. Me either. Alright, you guys, so I'm going to pause here and go ahead and wrap up the episode. So you remember, I told you Renna, this is about Renna, you guys. So Renna, we see her at the beginning of the episode. She was calling up all the ladies because of her wine tasting. So like I said, she's made her own rosé. I know some places that rosé is not going to be sold at Pump, Sir, Villa Rosa, and Tom Tom. Actually, I don't even think Tom Tom serves rosé, but I know Pump, Sir, and Villa Rosa, baby. Girl, if you had not done what you done to Vanderpump, girl, you could be making buku. Because we all know that Lisa Vanderpump loves her some rosé. Well, baby, you can't. I bet you can't. You won't even darken the door of Pump, Villa Rosa, or Sir. You guys, I really do want to. I look at her menus because I do want to go to California at some point soon, and I've looked at the menu for Sir. The menu for Sir itself is just expensive at Sir, and then the food on the menu at Sir, I'm like, girl, what is this? Duck and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, this is some fancy white people shit. No shade to my white people, but this is like some fancy white people shit that I don't eat. Then I looked at Villa Rosa. I'm like, yeah, I don't see nothing on Villa Rosa's website either that I want to eat. Sir's website has some stuff that I would eat on there, but Sir is just as expensive. Like Vanderpump, who is eating at your restaurant? Like, how like I said, especially at Sir, that menu at Sir is hella high. That menu at Sir is high, and I wonder how much the wait staff get paid. And I mean the staff that is not on camera. I'm not talking about the likes, which I've heard a room, and I'm getting off topic, but I heard a rumor that Stassi is supposed to be coming back to Vanderpump Rules after they fired her for the racist shit that she and Kristen did to Faith. If Bravo does that, bring those two bitches back, I'm done. Like, I really will be done with Bravo if they do. Because what they did to Faith was disgusting. Like, I don't know if I could support. I don't really know if I will be able to support Bravo. I don't know if I will be able to support Bravo if they bring Stassi and Kristen back, because that's just a slap in people's faces. But yeah, I was saying all that to say, Renna, girl, you fucked up a bag. So only 6 of the ladies were coming. So we see all the ladies as they start to show up, right? So Erica says that she's not going to be drinking. I'm like, thank God for small miracles. So Harry sits with the ladies. I was like, wow. If this was any other housewife husband, he would be ripped to shreds. He would be ripped because, people go in on. But see, I think the one thing that differentiates Harry from a lot of the other husbands, like Sergio, Patricia Thomas, I think the thing that differentiates him from those men is the fact that he doesn't get involved in the women's drama. Although Renna does say his feelings were hurt. So Sheree asked Harry if he had to write a Yelp review, what would he rate Renna? Took him a minute, but he said a 10. Then Erica, I was like, girl, why? She asked him, how are Lisa Renna's blowjobs? I was like, oh my God, girl. Really? How are his blowjobs? So this is a scene that I just found completely disgusting. So Erica decides that she wants to bring up Crystal's eating disorder and the fact that Crystal's not getting help. Like, that was nasty and low for y'all to really sit. Oh, Crystal must have had COVID too. That was low for y'all to talk about Crystal's eating disorder, and the woman is not there. They're talking about they feel like Crystal should get help. Should Crystal get help? Absolutely. But it's like with anything else. It's like with an addiction to drugs, alcohol, sex. The people in your family can know that you have these addictions, and they can advocate for you because they're saying her family knows and her husband knows, and she should be getting help. Crystal has to want that help. Crystal has to hit rock bottom. If Crystal hasn't hit her rock bottom yet, then Crystal's not going to get the help. Her husband can know, her mother can know, her family can know, her friends can know. But Crystal has to want the help. Crystal has to know that deep down that this is not conducive to a healthy lifestyle, and then say, you know what, let me take the steps to get myself the help that I need. Like, and I was the only person who wasn't here for it was Sutton, and I was here for Sutton, right? So then the ladies are telling Rinna how good the wine was, right? So Dorit tells Garcelle that she has a friend who's into her, and she made a joke about sex, and Eric's like, well, I'm having a lot of sex. You've been saying that, and I'm tired of hearing about it, right? So then at one point we see Cherie. So Cherie is talking to Rinna, talking about how nurturing she is. I'm like, who? Rinna? Girl, okay, if you say so. Rinna says, everyone thinks that I'm a hard, cold bitch. It's because you are. So Garcelle, she's talking to Sutton. I mean, not Sutton, but Erica. And she feels that, she asked her about, the situation with Sutton. Why does she feel that she's a liability? And, she says that you have to clean up behind her. And Garcelle was like, but that's what a friend does. If your friend is in trouble or anything, you defend them. And Erica doesn't feel that Garcelle would do it for her. Bitch, well, it's already out there. Bitch, why do you want people to defend you? I could defend Erica, right? I could defend Erica. I've said it last season and I'm still saying it. I don't believe Erica knew full well what Tom was doing. But my issue with Erica was, and I think this is the same issue that Garcelle and Sutton had with Erica, you never once mentioned the victims last year. It was all about you and what you were going through. And then this season you come to us and you say that the victim, you try to paint them out as if they're lying. People would defend you, and if you had an ounce of empathy, an ounce of sympathy, anything for those victims, but you have absolutely nothing. And that is what makes you a dangerous person. So she was like, so at one point Garcelle was like, so do you think we should bring Sutton in on this? She's like, no. So then eventually they go back and join the ladies, and Sutton was like, why do you guys think that I'm a liability? So she repeats herself one more again, and she says, that's Erica that she repeated herself. And Sutton was like, why don't you guys say this stuff to my face? Exactly. Say the shit in front of her face. Period. Just say it in her face instead of talking shit behind her back. That's the issue. So, where we at? So then Erica decides she wants to bring up the shit on Watch What Happens Live. Baby, she was being facetious. She wasn't, well, not necessarily being facetious. It was an eye for an eye. And Rinna's talking about how hurt she and Harry were. Girl, I don't know if Harry was hurt or not, but hey, if you say so, go off. So then they got into it, and Rinna told her, you know what, leave my house. I was with Sutton when she told Rinna, girl, leave the soap actress at home. Well, leave the soap actress on the set, because you're doing a whole lot. I was like, bravo to Sutton Strack. Again, you guys know I am not the biggest fan of Sutton Strack, but baby, when Sutton stands, she says what she says, and she stands in it, and I love that. Say what you say, but keep it nice. And that's what I can't have nothing but respect for Sutton. She might not be my favorite person, but baby, I can't help but to respect the woman. But let me know what you guys thought about the episode. You guys leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, guys. And that is it. I got to get off of here. I got to get back up to my desk. I've been on here my entire lunch break. I'm gonna go get me something to drink, and then I'm gonna edit these videos, put them out for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.